Alright, it's another Josh's the Video Diary entry. Today, well, I'm in Hong Kong right now, if you didn't realize. But today is T8. Means there's a typhoon coming, and there's this app in Hong Kong. I don't know if you can read it or not, but because it's kind of small text. But I might read it out to you. It's kind of long, but anyway. If you don't want to listen to this, just skip forward. But yeah, T8 in Hong Kong. Latest tropical cyclone news. According to the latest forecast, Nalgae, that's Nalgae, N-A-L-G-A-E, will weaken gradually. However, it will be close to the vicinity of the Pearl River estuary tonight. Oh, this is old news. I'm going to skip all that. It's kind of boring. See that little 8? NW8? It means in the northwestern area of Hong Kong, there's a number 8 level typhoon. I think it goes from T0, which is like, it's not even a T, it's just nothing, to T3. That's like the wind blows a bit. And then you got T8. And then, is there a T9? I don't think so. Then it's T10, which means like, you got to tape up all your windows. Oh, it is. So this T8 is going to stay till 6 p.m. tonight. Yeah. Be careful. Don't do water sports because you might die. But yeah, right now there's not too much wind. I'm on the Goldfish Street. Actually, a lot of them closed down, but yeah, there's a lot of aquariums here. A lot of them are still open, but also some are closed now, and a lot of restaurants are closed too. So I'm actually on my way to get lunch. Thought I'd do a bit of blogging practice on my new camera. Yeah, you can see some shops are open, but some also closed. So T8's usually when everyone goes home. And yeah, it's kind of funny because sometimes it's like the eye of the storm. Sometimes it's really calm, but I expect like probably in an hour, if I'm still out here, it could be like torrential level rain. Like, could be really wild. So if that happens, I might do another post, but if it's kind of like this, then it's kind of not much to see. And also, problem is, some restaurants are closed, so when am I gonna eat? That's quite a dilemma. I could do instant noodles again. Anyway, we'll have a look at some fish. People usually get annoyed if I film, but or I could always just move on. Fish stuff, decorations for your fish tank. Yeah, this place is open. This place is closed. It's like a Chinese cafe with some bread and noodle and that stuff. By the way, this is in 360, so you can actually, I'm moving the camera around and I've got direction lock on. But you don't have to kind of follow me, you can just look around at what you want to. But with direction lock, it means that I can kind of direct the attention of the viewer. You can always look away, but if you look away, you have to remember to look back. Otherwise, like, don't be like that guy that complained that, oh, you're crazy. Your whole video, you just photographed the ceiling for like half an hour. I did photograph the ceiling. Well, actually, I videographed it. I did videograph the ceiling, but I also videographed the floor. And in front of me, behind me, left, right, everywhere. That's kind of what 360 cameras do. Look at all these closed shops. Okay, I'm gonna keep the camera on me, and then you can look around, because if I turn the camera around in 360, then like if you look around, we're gonna be fighting each other. You know what I mean? Like I'm turning the camera, but you're moving around, but that's kind of good too. Makes it more interactive. So you know what? Just as a test, I'm gonna move the camera a full 360 degrees. Like I'm gonna do like a panning motion. That's what it's called. And you can unpan and stay on my face, or you can look around, but you'll be fighting the movement. But I'll try to do it slowly. Here we go. All right, check out this awesome panning movement. Well, you look around Mong Kok in Hong Kong. The place I live, at least for now, maybe not for that much longer, I might get out of here. Maybe go back home to the place that I call home. And I have been to many cities, but they got shut down because of COVID. Like the song, that Aussie song, who I don't know the singer of. Oh, back to Nulla Road sitting out area. Let me swivel the camera. If you're looking at me now, then it will make sense. Otherwise, you'll just be spun around somewhere randomly. Nulla Park. Was it Park? Didn't even read it. Yeah, Nulla sitting out area or something. During T8 typhoon, kind of like the calm of the storm. Don't know if it's going to get worse because it's not every typhoon is like the one that breaks the city or at least uproots a few trees or something. Some of them are just like you get to go home early off work and it rains a bit. Nulla Park sitting out area. Alright, well anyway, if you wanted to know what a kind of boring part of a typhoon is like in Hong Kong, then this is it. And also I got to practice my vlogging a little bit. That's kind of what this channel is about. Yeah, it's not the most interesting, I know, but I'm going to be updating the channel name from Josh's video diary to something that sets expectations a little better. I think that's quite important. Because, people like to complain, and that's fine, but, I'll get less complaints if I set expectations correctly. You know what, I still haven't found my lunch yet, so I was going to cut the video, but then I'll just be walking around wishing I had something to talk about on my blog and practice my video, so like my vlogging skills. You know what, it's a skill to be able to commentate on video. Not everyone can do it. Like, I bet you if you grabbed a camera or a phone even and stuck it into the face of 100 people, maybe 50% of them would freeze up and wouldn't know what to do. Might even be more than 50. I also think 30% or maybe more would be totally cool, and they'd be able to entertain people for a whole half hour or whatever. But yeah, it's I think I fall into the first category of people and trying to get it into the second category of people, which is why I practice this a lot. So yeah, you get to watch me look for food. But if you're interested in 360 cameras, this might be an interesting video for you, because I am filming on the Insta360 X3, which I think, despite its flaws, yeah, can't sync sound properly for long videos, and a few other things. It does a lot of things right. Off the top of my head, good microphones, the stabilization is great, the software, actually pretty good, pretty user-friendly. Could be a bit better, but they kind of, that's the way things go with software. They kind of fix it as they go along eventually. Sometimes, if you're Apple, it takes you 10 years to to fix something. What else is good? Haven't tested the waterproofness, but the camera seems pretty rugged, except that the lenses stick out, but that's kind of a 360 thing. You know, when you have two fisheye lenses, I haven't seen a fisheye lens that doesn't curve outwards. Because otherwise, how's the lens going to see like the side? I like the accessories. I've got the stick. I saw someone broke the stick on, and they posted a post on it. It's the same stick I have. But mine seems okay. I might do a video on that later. I'll be more focused and keep a video. Do a video on the stick. Because I quite like the stick. What else is good about it? Yeah, generally it's good. Just a little quirky. I think the image quality is, if your expectations are set properly, it's also good. I mean, don't expect it to be a full frame mirrorless or a Alexa or a Red camera quality, you know? It's a lightweight, small sensor camera which shoots decent video, even in the very low light. As long as you look at it on a phone, it's, you know, good enough for that kind of purpose. I wouldn't shoot, you know, a multi-million dollar blockbuster on it. But then no one would do that with a GoPro. Unless you're that Russian director, and he only did it once. I think it was like Hardcore Henry was the movie. Oh, check out this bridge during Typhoon. Actually, there's a lot of people out, you know? Maybe they are on their way home. Ah, so itchy, this mask. Though I would say there are less people than normal. And I also should say that I do get weird looks because I'm doing something that's not the norm. The norm is like to walk and look at your phone. Or just walk and look. But yeah, so like, if you run around town like a weirdo with a 360 camera like me, walking around, yeah, that's kind of expected. Like, if someone's doing something that's not the norm, like they're doing something unusual, it's not a bad thing. Maybe someone's walking around with a parrot on their shoulder. That's worth a look. So yeah, I think you kind of got to get used to that if you're going to be the guy that walks around with a camera and talks to it, like me. Oh, by the way, this is Nathan Road. It's the main road in Kowloon, I'd say. Let's have another look at it during the typhoon. See all the closed shops? Oh, and I stopped commentating when I moved the camera away because I'm actually just using the onboard mics, which are pretty excellent with the voice focus. It's some sort of, they say it's AI. I don't know if it is, but it works. So maybe it is. There's 4 microphones on this camera, and they're pretty good microphones too. And it can isolate my voice, figure out I'm talking from like the rear camera, and because there's an array of 4, it should be able to cancel out noise, because it should know that there's noise all around me, but I'm talking here, and if they actually use it properly, which I guess they do, then they can cancel out the other noise sources and just make my voice the one that's louder. So I quite like it. By the way, here's the other view of the road, and we're gonna move the camera through these trees, so it might be a cool effect. All right, you ready? But you might, you know what? I'll turn the camera around and see if it works. So just look at my face, because it's 360, right? So look at my face, and then when I turn around, you're gonna go through the trees, and then you go look at the road. Here we go. Whoa, look at this fancy camera move there. Through the trees. And I did a little spinny thing when I moved the camera back to me, so I'd like to see how that looks with the direction lock on. One other thing I should mention is direction lock doesn't change the tilt. So if the camera's looking up or down, in 360 it just makes it look straight, like no tilt. So it's always like this. So it's fixable in post, but then I found also warps. It warps the. If you tilt it in the 360 mode, it kind of puts all the other axes out of whack. So it looks weird. So like, for example, if you're looking down on the normal one, on the intended view, but when you turn around, if you're looking down, you end up looking like the axis is different. So you end up looking at the sky, or if you're looking at the side, everything will be tilted. So I haven't figured out a good way to do that, but I think you should just leave. I think they've done it right. You should just, in 360 view, you should have the camera like leveled on the horizon, and if you want to look up or down, that's up to the user to move it. Flat output's different, but that's kind of off topic, and I'm going to try to stay more on topic on these video logs, even though they are kind of meandering anyway. But in general, I should talk about the Typhoon and related things to the Typhoon, which that wasn't. But anyway, it is a diary channel, so you know, it's like a diary. You know, you write whatever you want in your diary. You know, you can talk about whatever you want. You can talk about that girl you liked, and then you can talk about that nice place you went to, and then how that person said something mean to you. It's like a diary entry. So that's what this channel is. That's kind of what I'm doing. Make sense? Good. Hopefully I get less complaints now, but no one will actually watch this whole thing, so the complainers, like, they watch like 3 seconds and then they leave their whinging, and then they go piss off and watch some other guy's vlog channel that they find boring and then complain. But that's cool. Some people like to complain. Complainers gotta complain. Haters gotta hate. Don't be that guy. I'm still looking for food. This is gonna end up being half an hour. Oh, and then I'm gonna have to fix the sound. Oh, annoying. Okay, I was gonna make it a short video, but I never do. We're on 19 minutes now. I've gotta do the clap thing to sync the sound. It's very annoying. Otherwise I'll be... but I've been on a mask this whole time, so if it's half a second out of sync, it's not the worst and it's not the most distracting, because you might not notice, but on a mask you can still sometimes see the mask move and the air and the breathing when I talk. So you still need to sync the sound. It's really darn unfortunate. They should fix it. They said they will, but the X2 had the problem. The X2 had this problem and they didn't fix it. Well, I haven't fixed it yet. These cameras have been out for 5 years. Anyway, talk about the Typhoon. Yeah, alright, so look. That shop behind me used to be open. And all these shops are closed. Or they're closing. Like, I've heard a few shutters. Like, you know that these shutters, I heard the sound of them slam down. Which means that they are, which means it's closing time. This sound. See? As I walked around, I think I've heard at least 3 of them slam shut. Oh yeah, this. If you turn around, this lady just closed the ice cream house. That's closed. People are going home, getting ready for the storm. But I don't think it's going to be a very strong storm at all. But who knows? Like I said before, if it's boring, I probably won't film anything. I'll just be at home playing StarCraft, my favorite game. You should try it. It's free. If you're in a storm, oh, you kind of need internet, but if you play other people. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of that lately. Whoa. Alright, we're going back to one of the main or the busy areas of Mong Kok. Let's see how that looks. Oh, this place is open. My favorite, Cha Chan Tang. I filmed like an hour in here with Sean for another video. Look, it's quite full. A lot of people eating. You see, that's like one thing in economics. When everyone else shuts down and you're the only one open, you're going to get all the business. Even though most people have gone home, the people that haven't gone home will go to you because you're the only one open. I'll do a little 360 walk so you can have a look without panning the camera. So all the people are going to go to you. So if you're willing to stay open a bit, I mean, I don't know, maybe they pay their staff more, but I doubt it. They probably say that, hey, you get to work and get money. I don't know. I shouldn't comment on things I don't know. But yeah, that one's open, so maybe that will be my lunch. McDonald's usually stays open. The other thing I like about typhoons is it usually brings cooler weather. The weather's cooled down recently. Usually cools down after Halloween. But when you get a typhoon here in summer, the summer in Hong Kong, it's so hot. It's like Hong Kong is like this. Well, it's not like it's in the subtropics, so it's a really steamy. It's like being in a sauna. It's kind of horrible. I hate it. But when you have a typhoon, it brings in the rain, it brings in the wind, it draws the cooler weather. The weatherman will probably tell you that the low pressure system sucks in all the air from the high pressure system, doing some magical cooling effect or something like that. I did study a little bit of geography in high school, so something like that. 23 minutes. This is where the video gets really out of sync. But yeah, I'm just gonna fix it in post. Otherwise, I look like I dubbed myself over. So this place is open. What else is open? There's a lot of choice in food in Hong Kong, but once you live there, it's all kind of the same, you know. It's all Hong Kong food. here's the thing. When it gets to T10, the MTR closes, the buses close, you kind of get stuck. Actually, I think the MTR runs some places, because some of it's underground, some of it's actually like a normal train. So it depends. But if you get stuck somewhere, a taxi driver, they don't work either, or they can charge whatever they want because they're like not supposed to be working, but they will if you pay them an extra fee, like an exorbitant fee, they will take you home. Which is kind of fair because during T10 you have like signage and air conditioners falling off buildings, and you have like signage and glass coming and flying around, and it can be very wild, but that doesn't happen very often. In fact, there hasn't been a killer typhoon in a few years. As in killer, as in like you got to replace windows. Like, I don't think anyone really dies in Hong Kong in typhoon. However, the same typhoon in Hong Kong, like, because the typhoon goes through different countries. Like, it'll go into the Philippines and like 10 people will die in a landslide because it will like devastate the dirt, and then rocks fall and people get crushed. But in Hong Kong, they spend a bit of budget making sure everything's safe, which is kind of a good thing. Even if you go to the country areas where there's like it's not really a dirt road, but a windy road, the side of the mountain will have all reinforced concrete on it, and barriers and fencing to make sure it's safe. Oh, look at this place. It's like a discount. It's like a discount supermarket. I quite like it. Everything's getting really expensive. That's still open. Pretty sure the McDonald's are open. So I had that last night because kind of ate dinner quite late. It was like 10:30 or something. And right now, shops don't open that late in Hong Kong. I remember when they used to open at like 11, midnight sometimes. And then some shops open till 2 a.m. But right now, everything's kind of closing early. Alright, you can check out this street sign, Mong Kok. Alright, we're on 28 minutes. I've got to do the stupid clap. Otherwise, this video is going to be totally out of sync. But can't clap with one hand. This is going to be hard. Oh. Am I in sync? I hope so. We're going to put the camera at it. Oh no. Can I just yell? Does that work? Sometimes they have a tone. Like some cameras or some systems, they use a tone, like they generate a certain frequency noise to sync things out. That's also what they do. So